Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Make It in Cleveland. I am Errol Porter, your host, and of course this show is made possible by the good people at the City of Cleveland's Economic Development Department, Mayor Justin Bibb, and the great people here at the City of Cleveland's TV 20. We want to welcome you once again, and what we do every time, we showcase one of Cleveland's budding entrepreneurs. And right now, although she's been in business for 25 years, she only looks 25 years old, so we're going to get down to the bottom of that. Welcome, Mrs. Kolnita Riggins Walker.
Yes. Hi, how are you?
I'm well. Great. Now tell us all about your business, Classic Cuisine Catering.
So Classic Cuisine Catering was birthed 25 plus years ago. We're going into our 26th year as a full service catering company. And we're super excited where we have served the community at large. But what we're really excited about is we recently just became certified to do business with the City of Cleveland. Wow. So we're super excited about that.
All right, now you started off in the kitchen at home, and how did you get going? How did you find your love for cooking and serving people?
That's a great question. Well, my grandmother, I come from a family of chefs, and so I always wanted to be a chef, never wanted to be anything but a chef, went to school to be a chef, and here I am being a chef. So,
so what was one of those moments where people just really complimented your food and they're like, you should be selling this stuff?
Honestly, I gave my first dinner party when I was 15. And at that dinner party, all of my high school peers, they just ran it and raved, and I made everything from scratch. And they were like, wow, this is super delicious. And from that moment, that's every chef's dream, right, to be able to hear the accolades of people telling you how wonderful the food is. So yes, it was music to my ears, and I just ran with it.
Now, when you hear catering, you're talking about usually hundreds of people, or how was that? How was it to prepare food for over 100 people?
That's also a great question. Planning. You have to plan, you have to project manage and make sure that you've done your costings to make sure that what you're doing is actually profitable so that your business can be sustained. And then having the right manpower, knowing when to source the ingredients, how to prepare the ingredients, and how to execute that timeline of service as well. So,
do you have a venue that you work out of right now?
Yes, we do. So we have a commercial kitchen that we're working out of, but we are actually building our first brick and mortar. Wow. In the Lee Harvard corridor that we are super excited about. This was a God-given vision, and I ran with the vision, and our date to be completed with the build is actually November 17th. So we are in the home stretch. So
now what's going to happen when that place opens up? What should I expect if I walk in?
Sure. So the actual name on the building is actually another company under Classic Cuisine Catering. Mm-hmm. So the name on the building is actually Docks on Harvard Restaurant and Lounge, right, located at 16615 Harvard Avenue, right smack dab in the Lee Harvard corridor in Ward 1. So we are super excited to serve that community, to be a light and a bright light in that community. So we're looking forward to serving everyone. Now,
what is that connection between Docks and Classic Cuisine?
So Docks is actually a full service upscale restaurant. It has a outdoor dining seating, is well appointed, beautiful. It also doubles as an event venue. Mm-hmm. So in conjunction with it being a full service restaurant that operates once we open, regular business hours, our customers will also be able to book it as a private dining venue for their event, corporate events, and that and so forth and so on. And you mentioned about how we do our catering for hundreds of people. We have several corporate clients as well. So yes, and so now Classic Cuisine Catering will be housed out of that facility.
Now, how are people getting in touch with you? Is there a lot of social media going on? Do you have a website we can go to catering event, or how does that work?
Absolutely. So we do have websites. We have two. One is for classiccuisine-catering.com, and we also have docsonharvard.com. We're on Facebook, docsonharvard.com, and Classic Cuisine Catering, Kolnita's Kitchen on Facebook. So yes, and then we're looking to move into Instagram and all the other platforms as well. Right. So you can go to our website and send us a note, and we'll be happy to follow up with you.
Okay, all right. Now take us back. Let's talk about who you are. Tell us about Kolnita Riggins Walker. Where'd you grow up? What schools did you go to? And how'd you end up where you are now?
So I am a 131 kid. If you're from, from around the way. And, my grandmother was right there on Maple Road cooking and serving the neighborhood. She worked at Brentwood Hospital. She was the head chef back in the day when it was Brentwood Hospital. She was also a chef at Gilmore Academy. So under her tutelage as a little tot, barely able to reach the table, I just fell in love with cooking, and that's my passion.
Did you attend Gilmore Academy also?
No, that's the boys' school.
Right. Okay. No. Where did you attend high school?
High school, I went to Shaker Heights.
Shaker Heights High School. Okay.
Yes.
My son went to Shaker.
Yes.
All right. Shaker's a great school. And did you do any cooking classes at Shaker?
I remember we did home ec with Mrs. Blackburn. Shout out to Miss Blackburn. Yeah, so I did home economics, which was my favorite class. So.
It's crazy. We all took home economics at Shaw High because of the food. They told us we could eat. Like, okay, I'm joining. So that's how I learned how to cook a little bit at home ec, So tell us how you talked about your new brick and mortar business coming up. Sure, you needed a little help, and that's where our city's economic development department comes in. Tell us how they helped you.
Oh, it's been an amazing journey. And what I want to say to other entrepreneurs who have a dream, follow your dream. Don't stop. Keep going. Do not take no for an answer. Be persistent. And how the economic development has assisted us has been amazing. Working with Kevin and other people there at the organization has been really, really enlightening and very helpful for our business. So we're really excited about that.
Now, how did you know that you could go to them for help? Where did you get that information?
So we are partnered with the Harvard Community Service Center, which is our CDC. And so I would definitely recommend other entrepreneurs who are out there to get in partnership with your CDC, because they have a wealth of resources to point you in the right direction on how, even if you're just starting, even if you have an idea, go for it. Even if you haven't laid out all the business plan and got every T crossed and every I dotted, just follow your dream, follow your passion, and don't stop. That is the thing. Do not stop. Keep going.
After getting in touch with the city's economic development department, how was that process? Was it smooth sailing? How was that process?
Yes, it was easy to get in touch with the economic development. And as we built relations and as we overcame some of the challenges that I was faced with, we worked together and they worked with us. And so, I think that is the key to any partnership and any relationship, is that we learn how to work together. We learn how to shift the dialogue. As a Black-owned business, it's not easy doing business while Black. It just isn't. And I'm going to be very frank about that. So what I want to say to my people is that be orderly, have your documents in order, have your backside with the administrative pieces in order, because that is what's going to make it easy for you. And if you don't know how to do that, get in touch with your CDC, get in touch with me. I'll be happy to help you.
Good, great, great. Now, you talk about 25 years of being in business. That's a whole lot of years. And on top of that, probably dealing with family or creating a family and all that. How do you balance? Well, tell us about your family. And how do you balance that in business?
Oh, my family is wonderful, and they're very, very supportive. And, what I would have to say as a family, faith. We operate in faith. We keep God at the center of forefront of everything that we're doing. And, that work-life balance, you have to know when to go full throttle, but then you also have to know when to take those sabbaticals and take that rest and that time to regroup and stay connected with your family. And one of the things in our community and if you need support in your family, look out for resources to get the support that you need for your family, either through the church or through therapy or whatever it is that you might need. But, don't let issues or problems go unaddressed.
Right. And do you have family members that help with the business?
Absolutely. Okay. Yes, we do. So my husband, William Walker, is actually our general manager at the business. And actually, and then our daughter, Tristan, she is going to be a manager on site, but she works right now in the catering aspect of the business, and our son, Jeremy. Great.
That's pretty cool. Now, you talked about being a black person trying to do business and also a black woman, which is doubles you up. Now, tell us about some of the challenges that you faced over the years.
One of the things, what I can say even during this build, as the only female and the leader of my build, right, on this project that's been underway for 2 years, is you got to get fortified. You have to be fortified and confident in what you're doing so I know who I am and I know what God called me to do, and I'm going to run with that vision until it's manifested, until I can run no longer. And so I would just say get the right support and partnership. I know that I could not do this as an island, that it has taken a conglomerate of people and partnerships in order for me to be where I am today and to get to where I am today and to keep going to where I'm going in the future. So, yes.
I know you probably have a lot of success stories, we're sure, but what are one of those obstacles that you had to overcome? Like, did you ever have an event coming up and something didn't come through right, everything went haywire, and how did you get through that?
That's really interesting that you asked me that question. I can say I haven't had an event that went haywire because of the planning. Right. And when you're operating in your passion and you're gifted, so it doesn't mean that challenges won't arrive. So even on the business aspect, challenges can arrive, but if you have planned and then planned some more, then you're going to be successful. And if you just keep going, I think the biggest challenge for me was during this build. So we've been building for 2 years almost, and we lost our son to suicide. Right. We lost our son named Trent, and through that, you would have thought for any obvious reasons that I could have stopped. No. Jesus, let's go. Let's go. Because with that, it gave me purpose, even greater purpose, to keep running. It gave me that sense of legacy, that sense of ownership, that pride of ownership, and being in the community that I've been called to. So I've been called to the Lee Harvard corridor, and that is something that I do not take lightly. So what I would really just say from my heart space is be sincere, be transparent, operate in integrity, do what is right, and follow your dream.
Now, what's one of your dishes that would just knock my socks off? Which one do you take pride in? Like, you better come over here and try my so-and-so.
So I love to cook, and so my favorite style of cooking is just give me some stuff. But to answer your question, and I have applied for CHOP. One day I'm going to get on CHOP, and we'll just be rooting on. But one of my favorite dishes, this is going to be a signature dish at Doc's. It is a pan-seared whitefish that is served with an Israeli couscous and blistered tomatoes with a lemon beurre blanc. Yes, it was very, very delicious.
Sounds like it.
Yes.
If I could pronounce it, have somebody order it for me. All right, that's pretty cool. Now, tell our people out here, they wanted to open a business, give them some advice.
Again, follow your dream and plan. I'm very transparent. So even being in business after 25 years, I had never sat down and wrote my business plan, and I'm sure many of us can identify with that. When I started this build to expand, when I was called to expand classic cuisine catering into a DBA of Doc's on Harvard, I had to get in the trenches and I had to sit down and write that business plan. And I literally, for about 3 weeks, I got a mentor, and I really want to give a shout out to SCORE right now, because and you can get with SCORE through your CDC, and I got a business mentor through SCORE. They totally volunteer. Wow. And Richard Brooks, if you are watching, thank you so much. Richard is my new best friend, and Richard helped me birth the vision, and said we would have appointments and we would sit down 2 hours, sometimes twice a week, and I plowed out that business plan. And once I did that, it just opened up and you're able to run, because now you have written the vision, you have made it plain, and you know what you're doing and how you're going to do it. You can take that plan to financiers, to community investments, to people who just are interested in what you're doing, and now you have something on paper that's really solid.
Right, absolutely. Now, what's your end game? Where do you want to see this thing grow? I know you got your brick and mortar now. That's a big goal. How do you move past that? What are your goals?
So, I'm open to what I know. We're going into a commercial sector. I do see that, and that's the beauty of being certified with the City of Cleveland, to go into the commercial sector. So like with hospitals or arenas or theater venues. I also see that we're looking to go into being the caterer for airlines. Okay. So yes, dream and dream big. It's no limit. You can go as far as you want to go. The one thing that I constantly remind myself, and the only thing that can stop anyone, only thing that can stop me is me. Right. So no excuses. Just hold yourself. Cool. Hold yourself.
Now the holidays are coming around. Let's say I'm lazy and don't feel like cooking. Can I give you a call? Is there a package you have that'll feed my family?
That's something that I think we're going to create now that we have a brick and mortar. So historically, Classic Cuisine, for 25 years plus, we customize menus. I've never had just a set menu. Right. So every client, a part of what you get is that you get a customized menu based on the vision of your event. So, but for the sake of, like, if we have catering packages, there may be something like that, but because I'm up close and personal and I want to be able to capture your vision or the corporation's vision, we actually have a corporate event that's coming up for December for a corporation out in Akron. Right. So, and they're a repeat customer, and we serve there are almost 200 people.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, how long does it take to prepare for 200 people?
So the prep for that and it depends on the event. Right. So this event is basically what I call a drop and go, and that's where you prepare everything. You go, you set it up, and you're out, right? It's no tables, no chairs. So it depends on the type of service. So for this event, planning for it starts about 5 days prior to the event, where we actually start the process of sourcing material, getting everything in place. But the actual writing of the plan, that takes place as soon as we book it. So we booked it already.
All right. Mm-hmm. Well, I want to book the chitlins and greens for the TV20 Christmas party we'll be having, so start preparing for that one.
Absolutely. I also want to let the community know that we will be doing what's called a Soulful Sunday. So on Sundays, we'll be highlighting brunch, and we'll also do what's called Soulful Sunday. That's part of the history in the Black community, having that family Sunday dinner. So we will look forward to that. That's going to be something that
Will it be a band or a DJ?
Yes, we will have music, and possibly some live music, not big loud music. You have to respect the community. Yes. But we will have music, and the exterior of the build we're actually pouring concrete right now. Wow. It's beautiful. I can't wait for it. Come and see it.
All right. Now, when is the planning for the opening?
The planning, the soft opening the first one is slated for November 25th, coming up, the Sunday after Thanksgiving, and this is by invitation only, and we'll have 4 of those. Now the grand opening is slated for New Year's Eve, and so that's going to be fantastic. And I want to give a shout out and a special thank you to Precinct M, Ward 1. You guys did it. We passed the ballot for our liquor license, so we are so super excited about that.
So
yes.
like
and to serve it responsibly. Cool. Absolutely.
All right. Well, it looks like you're all ready to go, and once again, we are proud of of you.
Thank you.
And congratulations for all of your success over the years. And with that said, hey, just another successful entrepreneurial story right here from the city of Cleveland. I want to thank you. Real quick, can you get all of your social media, websites, phone numbers, any way they can get in touch with you?
Sure. docsonharvard.com, classiccuisine-catering.com, Facebook, Classic Cuisine, Kolnita's Kitchen, and Docs on Harvard on Facebook as well.
All righty. Some good eats. Hey, don't forget to get in touch with Classic Cuisine, and that's going to be, what's that address again?
16615 Harvard Avenue.
Okay, look forward soon. And once again, thank you, Mrs. Kolnita Riggins-Walker, for giving us all the information about Classic Cuisine. And we want to thank you for joining us once again here at the City of Cleveland's TV 20. And don't forget, you too can make it in Cleveland.